This video is about page 3 of the bonding notes packet. The title of this video is Types of Bonds. So, there are 3 different types of bonds that we explore in honors chemistry. You'll see at the very bottom of this page, they're called metallic bonds, ionic bonds, and covalent bonds. We don't really spend that much time on metallic bonds in my class. Come to AP if you want to learn a little bit more. We're really going to be focusing a lot on ionic bonds and covalent bonds. So, the type of bond that forms between 2 or more atoms depends upon their difference in electronegativity. So you'll be asked at some point, looking at a compound, you'll be asked to predict what kind of bond is going to form between the 2 atoms. Okay, and so this video is really going to help you to understand how you can predict those things. So this little bell right here is reminding you, hey, this is what electronegativity is. So I know some of us are a little bit rusty in this in the last unit, so I'm going to go ahead and explain it really quickly. Electronegativity is the ability of an atom in a compound to attract an electron to itself. Okay, so in my class, I use the example of like 2 toddlers fighting over a toy. They both have like a hold on the block or whatever, right? The little toddler that has slightly more muscle is going to be able to pull that toy a little bit more towards themselves. Okay, so it's kind of like tug of war. Okay, and so the atom that has the higher electronegativity is going to be able to pull that electron towards itself more. So, if you take a look at this kind of weird periodic table, what this is showing us is that the heights of the blocks indicate the level of electronegativity. So you can see that fluorine is very highly electronegative, whereas francium is very low level electronegativity. Okay, so generally speaking, the bigger the electronegativity difference, the more ionic the bond will be. Okay, and here's a little chart. You're going to see a lot of different charts in your chemistry career where they see slightly different numbers in these tables. I feel like I've seen a lot of debate there for my class. I think that we will make it pretty obvious to you. Okay, a really good rule of thumb is if they're on opposite sides of the periodic table, it's probably going to be an ionic bond. The closer they are together on the periodic table, it's likely going to be a covalent bond of sorts. Okay, and this should make sense, right? A covalent bond is sharing, right? One person isn't completely overpowering the other, totally stealing away an electron. When there's a huge difference in electronegativity, the very highly electronegative element is going to be able to rip away or steal that electron from the low electronegativity. This would be like a Gilbert High football player stealing a toy from my toddler. Obviously that my toddler does not really stand a chance. They're holding on to the toy. Okay, so that just gives you a little bit of background info of why different bonds happen the way that they do. So just be aware of that. And then another quick way that you can most of the time accurately predict the type of bond would be to just memorize the following. So in a metallic bond, you're going to have a metal atom plus a metal atom. In an ionic bond, you're going to have a metal atom plus a non-metal atom. And then in a covalent bond, you're going to have a non-metal atom plus a non-metal atom. And again, this little memory trick that I just showed you right here, it's the same as what I just told you up there talking about electronegativity.